morning and welcome back to Breakfast Television. We're looking at a drive this morning that is a pretty good one. We're not really looking at any major volume or delays, but we do have one problem, so I will bring that to you first. We are taking a look at the drive out of Brampton this morning on the southbound 410. You can see moving through Courtney Park here that things are moving well heading down towards the 401. So not all in all, it's not a bad drive out. Southbound 427 moving very well out of Woodbridge all the way down to the Gardner. However, we are looking at this problem here, the southbound 400 ramp to Black Creek. We do have a right lane blocked off, and it's because of a stalled vehicle. So a couple of tow trucks on the scene along with MTO. Again, not slowing anything down. It's more of a visual distraction if anything, but if anything bunches up, it will quickly disappear. Southbound 404 DVP combo moving well towards Newmarket and moving nicely through Markham, Richmond Hill as well towards the downtown core. However, we are starting to see some slick conditions. As you can see, some of those headlights reflecting on the roadway. So do drive according to conditions. C-Bond denture adhesive seals provide stronger all-day hold thanks to their unique gradual release technology. C-Bond, wildly adhesive. That is a look at what we have going on for your roads. Now I'll send things over to Frankie for a look at that forecast.
Thanks, Steph. It is indeed a damp start to your day. With that for today, we're going to see some on and off showers. This morning, we're starting off with a little bit of morning drizzle out there. Overcast skies, but don't worry, we'll clear out the skies tonight. And to start off April, looks like we're going to have some sunshine for tomorrow. This is the final day of March. Let's take a look at it right now and get you rolling out your door. As we can take a look at some current conditions this morning, we have some of the numbers that we should be seeing. Sunrise this morning at 7 a.m., sets at 7:44 p.m. Your seasonal high for this time of year, 7.6. Overnight low is about -2. We're going to be pretty much seasonal for today, and then we'll warm as we work our way through the week. The winds this morning have been fairly light, especially north of the city, so there has been some morning fog patches out there on some of the roadways. Be aware and be careful of that. There's a look at your satellite combined with the radar. It's just isolated on and off shower activity as a risk today, so not a washout, but once again, that morning drizzle. Then we'll dry out late this afternoon, and as we head our way towards tonight, we'll clear out those skies. Daytime highs today going to be 7 degrees. Tonight we'll dip down to about -1. Tomorrow double-digit highs at 10, 9 on Thursday, and then as we head our way through the weekend, we'll see temperatures around 13 on average. So once again, the clouds a little bit dreary for today, but the sunshine returns tomorrow. That's a look at your forecast. Now on to your news.
Okay, well, this will be an understatement. These are trying times like we've never seen before in most of our lifetimes, and it has now put an unusual strain between ourselves and our friends to the south. Our prime minister has made it no secret he is upset with the decision by President Trump, to move troops to the U.S.-Canada border. It has also sparked the rare move by Canada to turn back asylum seekers who'd normally be allowed in. Now, someone who knows the ins and the outs of this delicate balance between U.S. and Canada relations is Bruce Heyman, former U.S. ambassador to Canada under the Obama administration. He joins us again by phone this morning. Good morning to you, Bruce.
Good morning, Toronto. Sorry I can't be with you in person.
Yeah, we will do that hopefully sometime in the future. But thank you for joining us today. We are watching very closely what's happening in the U.S. and it's a strange and fine balance between our relationship right now. Of course, our borders closed. What do you make of this relationship right now and whether or not it's in a good place?
So frankly, I think the Prime Minister had very specific goals that he needed to achieve. First and foremost, obviously, protecting the lives and health of Canadians. Second, keeping supply lines open for trade, especially the important trade of health equipment and medicines and foods. And third, do something that doesn't so entirely disrupt the White House. So he came together and collaborated with Donald Trump and came up with this idea of making the border hard or thick for unnecessary travel, but thin for necessary travel, such as foods and medicines, et cetera. And so I think that's fine. And I think not only is that happening between our two borders, but it's happening with borders all around the world. And even today, we're finding states who are now recommending their own citizens not go to other states. State of Kentucky just did that last night, saying Kentuckians shouldn't travel outside the state of Kentucky. So what we're trying to do is reduce the spread of this virus, all unnecessary travel, regardless whether it's cross-border, whether it's in your neighborhood. We've got to stop that right now and reduce this spread.
As we've been seeing here by our prime minister, and then, of course, on the other side of the border with U.S. President Donald Trump, we've seen daily updates, but kind of a different approach, at least when it comes to U.S. President Trump in his words and what has changed over the last few weeks. Is enough, in your opinion, being done in the U.S.?
No, not enough at all. And that's part of the problem that we're facing here with this enormous spread of the virus. And unfortunately, and look, history will take its time to judge whether Donald Trump did the right things or not. I can tell you, though, he's not taking this seriously. As soon as even a month ago that he was talking about this being a hoax and a Democratic hoax and only 15 people and it's going to go away. And so he encouraged activities that resulted in the end with Mardi Gras taking place in New Orleans and bars filled on St. Patrick's Day and spring break beach revelers running around Florida. And thus we have now a spread that is going to be very hard to contain. And we have not the strong leadership we need from the White House. We don't have masks. We don't have tests. And he's telling different stories all the time. But he appears to, in the last few days, be listening more to his science professionals and medical advisors than he does his economists.
I want to show some visuals out of New York, which has now become the epicenter of COVID-19. Unfortunately, we've seen the floating ships, the tents up in Central Park. These are some unprecedented times. Can you speak a little bit to that response there?
So I give amazing kudos to the governor, to the governors of the region, Governor Cuomo, Governor Phil Murphy is a friend of mine. I think everybody is coming together at the state and local level trying to address the problem. And in New York City itself, you know, the city of the world where people travel in and out freely, where, you know, you have such a dense population, the spread of this was obviously now in hindsight inevitable. And now we're scrambling to make sure we have enough beds, ventilators, personal protection equipment for the doctors, and for all medical professionals. They're behind, and they're trying as best they can because they know in the next 2 weeks we're going to be peaking in New York, and it will really challenge the healthcare system. So my heart is out to many of my New York friends and family who live there. My own brother and family are in isolation, and it turns out that someone that they were very close to and socialized with has the virus. So, you know, a lot of anxiety and a lot of fear.
Indeed. And of course, we are thinking about everyone there. Bruce Heyman, thank you so much for your time today.
Everybody be healthy. Listen to the medical and government professionals. We're going to get through this and look forward to seeing you soon.
You got it, Bruce. Thank you. Time now is 7:38. Great words of advice there.